this is Tyler from SportRx. Some call me Goggle Tyler, and this is my best friend.
Sunglass Rob.
We're here talking to you about some goggles. We're here talking about what's the right lens color for the condition that I'm in, and what should I look for?
Yeah, I think part of that is why do so many goggles come with two lenses now? And some people, to us it might be a little obvious, but I think a lot of people think they get a spare lens in case they scratch it or break a lens or lose a lens. But really what's happening is you're gonna try and figure out what the right lens color is for the conditions that day, for the type of skiing or snowboarding you're doing, or the type of weather that's out there. So there's kind of a spectrum of lenses that go from lighter to darker, or darker to lighter. I wonder if that's kind of fun. I like this trick. All right, so people don't know when to wear the right lens. So the first thing to kind of think about is erring on the side of the lens being too light is better than erring. Is erring the right way to say
Erring
that?
is perfect.
Erring than the lens being too dark. So what that means is it's safer to maybe be squinting a little bit too much, but to miss what you're trying to do or what you're trying to see, or miss a mogul or a shadow or something on the course or something on the mountain that's going to interfere with you. So it's always a little bit better to have lenses a little bit too light than a little bit too dark if you have to make that decision. But the idea is that you're going to get something, usually if you're getting a goggle that has two sets of lenses, or if you're just buying a goggle, there's like a lighter lens option, something like this, and all the way down on the other end of the spectrum is going to be like a really dark lens like that. So the lighter lenses are usually going to be like a yellow. This is the Smith Chroma Pop Storm Yellow, which I actually think is maybe the best lens ever for bad weather conditions. And then it's going to kind of migrate towards darker lenses. So you're going to get something kind of like a yellow lens or an amber lens or a persimmon lens in your box, and then you're going to get usually something a little bit darker, mirrored. When you're looking through it, it's gray or dark rose or dark brown with a mirror, and these are good for really sunny days. Help me out here, Tyler.
Yeah. So that being said, not every single goggle is going to actually come with two lenses, so be mindful of that. Some of them on this desk here, we have these two for sure, don't come with a second goggle lens. That being said, you can almost always order a second lens. And if you need just one lens, defer to Rob's recommendation in that if you're going to err on one side or the other, err on the side of lighter, because it's better to have to squint a little bit in bright light but still be able to see in low light than to be stuck in low light and not be able to see at all.
So again, overcast days, snowy days, whiteout days, bad weather days, opt for the lightest lenses, colors that you could find. Perfect bluebird day, it's beautiful out there. You're not gonna be riding until the sun's passed down the mountain and it's starting to get really shadowy and darky. You're not worried about that. Then go for a darker lens, a mirrored lens, something like this Oakley black is amazing, will work really well for that, or that Sonar Smoke is a great one. Actually, it's called Smoke, but it has just enough rose in it. I love that lens right now. I actually love that M4 goggle right now. It's an amazing goggle. Anyways, there's also something kind of in the middle. So Oakley does a bunch of lenses from the Jade, Sapphire, Torch collection, where it's kind of in the middle. It has a nice rose base, a lot of contrast, and a little bit of a mirror. This lens will probably work in 85% of the conditions out there.
83 was my last
82
metric.
Half, yeah. So if it's like the worst, most overcast, whiteout, horriblest day, they're probably a little bit too dark. And if it's like it's just so bright out there, maybe you wish you had a slightly darker lens, but in most conditions, some of these more middle of the road lenses work really, really well. Smith has a whole everyday collection, and that would work again for almost every day. And these are gonna be a little bit more in the middle. One more thing to kind of just talk about while we're talking about all this lens tech is that all of these goggles on this table and most better goggles these days are gonna have a new type of lens technology that came out about 3 seasons ago now. I think Oakley Prism was the first one to introduce it, and now pretty much every major goggle brand is gonna have some sort of new technology goggle lens. And what this new technology enables brands to do is actually manipulate the light spectrum so that you can actually play with the light spectrum and let in the colors at the right wavelengths that you want and block black out the colors at the wrong wavelengths that you don't want to maximize contrast. So instead of just making lenses a little bit lighter and a little bit darker, you should actually affect the light spectrum, and that's going to give you so much more contrast. Goggles from today, from this type of technology versus goggles from 3 years ago are night and day difference. And I would say if it's a really, really bad weather day and I have to choose between like a middle of the road, like an everyday Chroma Pop lens or the Prism Jade versus like a 3-4 years ago yellow lens that's really bright, in a bad weather day, I'd still opt for that darker lens because it has that technology. So this type of technology gets you through so many more conditions because of the extra contrast that it has. And if you're not too distracted by Tyler, one more thing to talk about are these nifty, amazing prescription inserts that SportRx makes. If you are wearing glasses inside your goggles still, you really shouldn't. If your contacts are bothering you, or you're just not wearing your prescription and you're not seeing that well on the mountain, and you're concerned about optics, you really should consider getting a SportRx prescription insert. We make these with digital lenses, amazing anti-fog coating. They fit right inside your goggle.
It's straight up,
it's the best.
a game changer.
Yeah, so that was a little bit of information on when to wear the right lens color in the right condition. Hopefully that video was helpful. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any more questions, please feel free to leave a comment down in the comment section. You could always email us, info@SportRx, or you can call us. We'd love to talk to you. We have opticians that really know about goggles and can help you get the exact right setup and help you choose what lens you should be wearing on what day.
Rob, did you see me in this goggle? Did you see these on me?
What are we gonna do with this guy?